What do you want? What? Madals, hi people, new people, hi whoever you are. So today, it feels so good to be back on a camera. Filming from my phone is alright. Love my phone. But it's not as good as filming on a camera. And I have missed the quality. The quality. Hello. This is my makeup. Are we getting 2019 Madalada Munden flashbacks or what? I literally look like the makeup that 17-year-old me did. I used to always love a dark lip, and I found one today and I remember why I love it so much. Like, hello, this is definitely my vibe and definitely my thing, and honestly, I really want to get more back into those emo style roots because I've always been a massive emo at heart. So, and alternative, obviousobviously I'm alternative, like, hello. Hello. But, hold on, I didn't even show all the tattoos then. Hello. But, that and the septum ring in my face, but no. I have always loved the alternative style. That and I'm gay, so obviously alternative and gay just kind of go like this. Partly a joke, but like, you know what I mean? Like, there are some crossovers between like alternative kind of style and like the stereotypical gay style, like flannel. Is it because I'm alternative or because I'm gay? To be honest with you guys, I've been kind of in my own identity crisis again. I mean, I've never really left the identity crisis. In all honesty, it's been a continuous game of who am I, from the ages of 14 to now. It's always been something I've been figuring out about myself, whether that be my sexuality or my gender. I've had quite a lot of like reflecting, self-reflection about myself, and I've been through the being scared, and I've been through coming out multiple times. I've been through all of that, and expression and pronouns and labels. I've been through a lot. Behind the scenes, obviously, I've only recently said on my YouTube channel that, hey, I'm queer, and like, I am so proud of myself for that, to be honest, because younger me would have never done that. And now I'm at a point where I want to make more content. But it's so hard sometimes thinking about making content when sometimes I am so unsure of myself. And like, for example, advice videos. It's like, when I was younger, watching other like LGBTQ plus creators to give advice to people, they kind of knew what to say. Whereas I'm kind of like, well, it depends. It depends on the situation, like, it depends. My answer to a lot of things is usually, it depends. I need more information to give advice, and I don't feel comfortable, for example, always giving, like, advice. Like, you know, when I was younger, I'm, like, watching videos like, how to tell if a girl likes you, how to kiss a girl, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, that all depends, like, on personality, not just because they're a girl, but because of personality, you know? People show they like each other in different ways, and like love languages and blah 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 blah. So like, that kind of goes out the window, giving advice. There's talking about my experiences, which I could do. I do have a few video ideas of what to start with, but then also I don't really want to give too much away at the moment either. Like, I do and I don't want to share my personal experiences, basically. I did a little bit during the Pride Flag videos, I shared a lot, to be honest, that I didn't even think I was going to share that much until I shared that much, if that makes sense. And there's videos I want to make, and I do. Most of the people I watch are LGBTQ+. The majority, in all honesty. And that's the content I watch and the content I enjoy. And like my TikTok, just side thing a sec. TikTok is definitely the most popular social media. I swear to God, like everyone loves the TikTok. I love TikTok. And most of my For You page is queer content, and I'm perfectly happy with that. But yeah, I want to talk about my own stuff and make my own videos, but sometimes it's hard because like I'll get in a good place with myself and I'll feel comfortable, and then I sort of have a whole identity crisis sometimes. Like, I don't know, I get in a good place and then it feels like I question everything all over again. That seems to be the cycle. I've got some things that are concrete figured out about myself, and other things I'm like, I don't know how I actually feel. And that is completely valid, and that, in a way, is such a common experience, you know? Figuring yourself out isn't something you just know, like you spend a few years going, oh, all done. Like, learning and growing is like something that is continuous, you know? Which I understand, I get that, but it also can be incredibly frustrating when you think you've got yourself all figured out and then your brain goes, no, try again, or an experience happens and you're like, okay, gotta recalibrate how I feel, and then it's like, is it just bad experiences, or is this just how I feel? And I don't know, I've been in that boat not way too many times, I've been in that boat a lot, where I will have something about myself figured out and then it just kind of, you know, doesn't feel that way anymore. And that is fine, like, I'm a human being, we are constantly growing and adapting and changing, and I'm not the same person I was at the beginning of the year, never mind last month. Like, I am learning and growing. I'm 22, so I'm not going to have my whole life figured out yet, myself figured out yet. If anything, I feel like I am trying to find myself more in my 20s. I mean, my teenage years were definitely a lot of self-discovery and a lot of tears and a lot of happy moments too. But my 20s have also been interesting as well. And I feel like every time I have myself figured out, it's like I have more to figure out about myself, you know, there's more under the rug. You know, that thing of like, you swept it all under the rug and now you gotta peer back and find it all again. That is kind of me, I guess. Or like, it's like a maze almost, like you think you're almost at the way out and then, oh look, there's another wall. That's kind of been me. And that's perfectly fine. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. But then also it can be kind of hard to be like, right, like, a lot of the YouTubers I watched were so sure of themselves, but then I've also seen those YouTubers change their mind, or have different opinions, or have different experiences, or different labels, or different pronouns, or different them, you know, themselves. And that is also good to see as well, because it tells people that you're not alone, you know? You're not alone in feeling how you feel. And I think that is also very important, and was very important for me growing up. And even now, like, those videos are all very important to me. Music, oh my god, music has helped me so much. I remember I would literally come home from school at like 14, 15, 16, right? And I would go up to my bedroom and I would sit on my laptop on YouTube and I would make a little playlist and stuff, and I would watch YouTube videos with my headphones in at the volume low of like LGBTQ plus content creators, and it was mainly like people talking about their sexuality at the time or their gender, And I would watch those, and then my music also about things as well, mainly about sexuality, like liking girls. And it was very important to me as well, because it helped me understand myself more and feel a sense of community as well, so that was also really good for me. But the point I'm trying to make is, I want to make more... Hold on, I'm gonna get the glasses out. Da, 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 da. Oh yeah. I want to make more queer content, but also part of me feels a bit stuck on how to do that. You know, so if you have any ideas or suggestions, let me know. Yeah, I have a few ideas, but I'm not really sure, because to be honest, like I said, I'll get in a good place with myself, and then I tend to have a bit of a whole rethink. And I guess also I'm learning about myself every day, and I'm just trying to figure out who I am. I'm only 22, and that's okay. But I won't lie, it does get a little frustrating sometimes to be like, oh, I just want to know who I am. But that's okay, you know, I will figure it out. And if you're struggling as well, you'll figure it out too. And also, it's different for me now than it was as a teenager. As a teenager, it was a lot more fear, a lot more uncertainty. I was starting from scratch, you know, figuring out I was gay and all that, and gender, sexuality, all this stuff. It was starting from scratch, right? It was complete in the dark, scary, who am I? I don't like boys, oh my god. Like, and that, I'm not making fun of that, that's like literally how I felt. It was a lot, you know? It was overwhelming. It was overwhelming. And I've come a long way. I'm out in many ways. Like, I've come out. Like, I'm part of the community, you know? Younger me didn't have that. So, and I'm a lot more concrete in myself than I was as a teenager, which is good. But also, I'm still figuring things out in my 20s. And that is okay. That is perfectly fine. In fact, that's normal. Your 20s... I feel like there was a misconception growing up as a teenager that, oh, your 20s and an adult, you're going to know exactly who you are, it's going to be all sorted out and yay! That is really not the case, at least for me. I don't really know who I am. I'm more concrete in myself than I was as a teenager, do not get me wrong, and I am more concrete in myself than teenagers. But I still have a lot of things to figure out about myself, and I think that's okay. That is okay. Yeah, I do want to make videos, and I do want to talk about it, but also I'm trying to navigate my own feelings as well, so that's fun. But just in case any of you think I'm going to randomly come out as straight and cis, no. No. But that is perfectly valid as well. Like, I've seen people who thought they were gay be like, no, actually, I'm straight. And that is perfectly okay too. Like, honestly, or think they were trans and be like, actually, I'm cis. And that is perfectly fine. Let me just state that. Perfectly fine. You could think you're gay and be like, nah, I'm straight. Or think you're straight and be like, nah, I'm gay. Or think you're gay and be like, actually, I'm bisexual. Or think you're trans and be like, oh, I'm non-binary, which is also kind of under the trans umbrella, but you never know how someone feels. Like, I've seen people say it's not and people say it is, so it's up to the person. You could have someone use different pronouns and then decide another pronoun, or a different name and then decide a different name. That is all fine. Everything's fine, you know? Just be yourself, you know? But I don't know. It's not as overwhelming as when I was a teenager. And to be honest, I am more certain in myself in the way of like, I am who I am, I like who I like, and I feel how I feel. And I tell myself that I am just me and that is okay. Whereas teenage me would be freaking out, crying, hyperventilating, screaming on the inside, like, what is going on? And that is perfectly valid too. And also, I saw a thing that Billie Eilish said, where, like, her songs as a teenager were very intense, because that's how it feels when you're a teenager. Everything is intense. Your hormones are going crazy. Puberty, school, social pressures, social media. Teenagers, oh my god. They go through a lot. Their body is changing. Their mind is changing. Everything's changing. Crazy. GCSE stress if you're in the UK, or exam stress anywhere, I guess. It's crazy deciding your future. It's mental being a teenager, and to be honest, part of me is like, oh, nostalgia, and part of me is like, thank God I am past all of that craziness, you know? It was insane, but I'm still figuring stuff out as an adult, and that's okay, that's normal, you know? I'm only 22, and to be honest, we're gonna continue learning and growing and finding stuff out about ourselves for the rest of our life. No, I feel like we are always gonna grow and change, because that is just part of being human, you know? But yeah, I do want to make those videos and pride flag look videos and more makeup videos in general, and I want to figure myself out more as well, on camera and also behind the scenes, you know. It could be good, you know. I also just, I don't really know where I'm going with this. All I know is that it's okay, and if you guys want to see more LGBTQ plus content from me, stick around. Yeah, basically. This whole video is me basically saying I want to make that content. Not sure how, not sure when, but I want to. And I already have one idea for a Halloween kind of based LGBT mix-up, and I'm so excited. Yeah. Yeah. I do want to make more, not just LGBTQ plus, but videos in general. So also, if you have any video suggestions in general, please let me know. This whole video is basically me asking for video ideas, because I do have ideas, but also I don't as well, and I'm so mixed up, and help me, people, help me. And I'm so glad to be back on the camera as well. Hello. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Also, if you want to see how I did my makeup, please go watch that video. It was filmed on my phone, because that was earlier before this was set up, but it's still good. Go see how I did my vampire inspired makeup. It's giving me Marceline from Adventure Time vibes, and I love it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to become Madal to join our quest for madness, and until next time, goodbye. Oh, I'm Madalada Munden, I never say that. And until next time, goodbye. Have a lovely day. Bye guys.